Okay. But definitely we're happy to have you on the show. Now, let me ask you, Tinsley, why are you more than pretty feet?
I am more than pretty feet.
Yes.
First of all, Dr. Alex, thank you so much for having me on today.
Of course.
And for your audience, I'm very excited. What I learned over the years as being an author, a new author,
yes,
and a speaker as well, as a woman, a lot of times we are judged by physical appearance. And sometimes what we can really bring to the table mentally is often overlooked and determined later on.
Yes.
But men want to see how we look. They want to make sure we got pretty feet.
Yes. Okay, there you go.
They want to make
pretty
sure we
feet.
got cute waist.
Okay, but pretty mind and pretty
Yes.
soul, too, at the same time, I imagine is important.
Absolutely. So my experience with that was, to make a long story short, I actually had a guy ask me if I had pretty feet before he'd go on a date with me. And I said, no.
Okay, so he's trying to judge you that way. Now, Tinsley, tell me about this idea. You call it settle-free dating, and you've written a book on this for women. So what's the idea? Why do women settle in relationships? What's going on with that?
Why do they settle? Why do women settle in relationships, you think?
Yes. Why is that?
I think personally a lot of women settle in relationships because they're lonely. They want to feel like they're not socially awkward. A lot of times if you're not in a relationship, especially by a certain age, you're judged as a difficult person. It must be you. You have to have the problem.
Yes.
You must be part of the reason why no one wants to settle down.
Right.
When in all reality, a lot of times we just won't settle for stuff that we don't feel is a good fit for who we are. We know we can do better.
Yes.
But we settle sometimes because we don't want our mom to be disappointed that we don't have a man yet, or we don't want our friends to go, girl, when you gonna find you a man? What's wrong with you? Or we're just simply bored. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna say this too, Dr. Alex, some women settle in relationships because they're not stable, and the guy who they're dating may be stable, so they say, I might as well hang with this guy since he's paying the bills. It's sad but true.
Exactly. So that can be an issue. So practical reasons and other reasons, maybe self-esteem. I think you talk about a lot in your book, that if you don't have self-esteem, you might choose men that are not worthy of you as a woman. Now, something else, Tinsley, I think you talk about this in your book, and I think you said that men and women may not be able to be friends because he might be interested in her romantically or sexually, but can men and women be friends, or is that going to be a hard sell?
Oh my gosh, that's so hard.
Yes.
You have to be mature, and you have to be completely detached.
Yes.
And I say that because I've experienced it. I tried to be friends with someone that I once had very deep soul ties with, and it just wasn't working because I'm now looking at it as, oh my God, how can I sit there and pretend like I'm okay with him seeing someone else when I'm still tied to him? How can I pretend like I'm okay with him not going out to eat with me, but him going out to eat with someone else? It was very challenging. But let me tell you how I got past it.
Right.
I got past it when I realized that our friendship and our relationship and our history was so much bigger than the status, that the longevity of our friendship made it worth us still being cool with each other. And I understood I wasn't a good fit for him in a relationship. He wasn't a good fit for me romantically, but we were the bomb friends.
I can see that.
Helped me get past it.
Exactly. How about the other way, where a guy just meets you and he knows you're with someone, or he's with someone, he says, oh, let's just be friends. Are you skeptical about that, or do you think it's possible?
I think I'm very skeptical about it, and I shy away from it. If you have a history with someone and you were already friends with them for many, many years, I'm talking about our old school way back when, it's normal for you to still have some kind of relationship or contact. But when you're just meeting someone who's already in a committed relationship, he shouldn't even be trying to holler at no new women. He needs to be okay with his circle now.
Yes.
If you make friends with him because you work together or because you were introduced through someone else, that's different. But why is he out seeking friendships from other women when he's in a long-term committed relationship? That's a no-no.
Definitely. Now, I have a forensic psychology practice. I work with victims of crime and a lot of domestic violence victims. Now, you talk about women that are in abusive relationships, and they may stay with the guy. Maybe he tries to honeymoon them for a period of time, and they come back to him, and then he's abusive. So what's your advice for women in abusive relationships? What should they do when this guy has them caught up in his mind?
I want you to, first of all, really identify what it is women in abusive relationships you're dealing with.
Yes.
Is that happiness? Are you 100% happy?
Yes.
Are you 100% in a place of peace mentally, physically, and spiritually? If you know for a fact that you cannot say yes to any of those answers, then you are those questions, then you're definitely in an abusive, controlling situation. And here's my thing. You need to slowly be planning your exit strategy without making it too known. But you got to do it. You got to pull a Tina Turner on him. You're in that sleep one day and you just run out the house.
Well, that makes sense, So disappear as quickly as you can. Now the other thing is, Tinsley, this is an interesting thing you said, that women who move too fast. Now, I always thought that sometimes men move too fast, but you're saying that women move too fast in relationships too. Now, why is that, and what can they do not to do that?
You have to stop going into relationships with the idea that that person is going to be your soulmate right off the top. You have to stop going into the relationship with the idea that this person has to commit to you. They're going to commit to you. Everything is going to work, because you're going to set yourself up for disappointment and deception, especially if you're going in for the wrong reasons. And once again, that was with the first question. You're going in because you're lonely. You're going in because you don't want to feel socially awkward. If the person's not matching you and what you're bringing to the table as far as the love, the energy, the consistency, the interest, all of that shows a person is serious, then you shouldn't be chasing and begging anyone. No woman should be chasing and begging someone. So I just feel like slow down and see where this person's mind is. He will show you how he feels. Either he's going to show you he's interested by pursuing you, being consistent, showing his interest, or he's going to show you he's not interested by not doing any of that, not hardly calling, not showing any consistency, not planning things with you. Pay attention to those telltale signs of who you're dealing with.
Right, exactly. Now, Tinsley, you also say something like you should be skeptical, but then also it's good to be trusting. So how do you define the line between skeptical and trusting in relationships? If you're too skeptical,
Yes.
you push guys away. If you're too trusting, you might get hurt. So how do you teach women about that?
The way that I call being skeptical, it's a gut feeling. When you're being skeptical, that means that you pretty much feel in the beginning stages something is off. A lot of times our gut intuitions are telling us right there, the writing's on the wall, the signs are there, but we're trying to ignore it. When you're going in with someone saying, oh, everything's cool with me, I'm just, sitting here on the curb with these 5 women, but none of these women are my woman. I'm just chilling with them.
Yeah.
That right there will show you something's weird. You need to be skeptical.
Right.
Now, trusting is if a man is telling you, okay, I'm single, I'm available, and I'm not in a relationship, and he's showing you these things based on his consistency and his action, you got to kind of be trusting of him and give him a chance to really show you. If he's not showing you any other reasons to doubt him, you can't come off the top and say, yeah, right. Yeah, you. Someone saying, oh, everything's cool with me. I'm just, sitting here on the curb with these 5 women, but none of these women are my woman. I'm just chilling with them.
Yeah.
That right there will show you something's weird. You need to be skeptical.
Right.
Now, trusting is if a man is telling you, okay, I'm single, I'm available, and I'm not in a relationship, and he's showing you these things based on his consistency. In his action, you got to kind of be trusting of him and give him a chance to really show you. If he's not showing you any other reasons to doubt him, you can't come off the top and say, yeah, right. Yeah, you probably are with somebody. Because if he's telling you that he's not, you got to give him a shot to show you that he's being honest.
That makes sense. Now, the other thing, Tinsley, is interesting is you talk about giving a man a second chance. And then you talk about dating your ex or maybe a guy that you're, were with for a little bit of time. Now, is that a good idea? If you go back with your ex, isn't that the same person you broke up with for a reason? Or do you think you can still salvage that?
I think that you have to make sure you look at it at a bigger lens. When I wrote that column in that chapter, I talked about it and I said, you know what? There are different stages as to why people broke up. Some of it may be abuse and it's not a great fit. Absolutely, 100% certainly you do not want to ever go backwards to anyone that was hurting you and harming you and abusing you and mistreating you, being violent, whether it's mentally or physically or verbally.
Right.
However, there are times where you were dating someone at a very immature time in your life. He was immature, you were immature, you both weren't really stable. You liked each other, but you weren't really at a place where you could really be 100% for each other. So you kind of broke away, whether it's you moved out to another state, he stayed in his state, or you guys just went your separate ways. Well, then when the maturity came and he grew up and realized, hey, this is the one from back in the day I really liked. I never mistreated her. She never mistreated me. We just kind of went our separate ways. Now we're mature and we're ready. I don't see a problem with giving that a second chance. He didn't do you wrong. You just kind of went your separate ways. But if he did you wrong, then heck no, you don't need to be going back to nobody that's mistreating you. Not at all. Exactly.
And also, this is an interesting one you said. You said it's okay to remain single for the rest of your life if that's what it takes. You mean we need to get a lot of cats in the house, or what does that mean to remain single?
So that one right there is a really catchy thing because I think about a lot of people right now who are and who have remained single and doing pretty good. We have to be honest with ourselves. Situation. My mom's been single for over 40 years. And she's a beautiful spirit. You know, when her and my dad broke up, she never found that soulmate again. But that didn't make her any less of a queen than she is today. And she's doing great things in her life. You may have to end up being single and not being in a long-term relationship and being okay with that. Not that you're saying, I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, I'm never going to meet anyone. Well, it may just not be your time. You have to be mentally prepared to be okay and accept the fact that a good man may not be there for you at your time when you're ready. And I know it sounds sad and scary, but you do have to occupy your mind with other things. Go out with friends, spend time with family. And let me say this, Dr. Alex, make sure you still date. Because keep in mind, being in a relationship is different than dating. Dating is still very healthy. You may not end up in a committed relationship with that guy, but still keep yourself open to the dating field. Flirt with men, go out on dates with men, talk to men. If it doesn't turn into a relationship, it's not necessarily your fault. You're still single, but at least you're still putting yourself out there for the opportunity. I'm not saying stay shut up in the house with cats. I'm just saying, you know, you may not end up with that long-term commitment.
Wait a minute. What do you got against cats, huh? I mean, puppy dogs would be nice too, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So you're saying kind of embrace your singleness is what you're saying.
Embrace your singleness. Still date. Have fun. Be flirty. Be girly.
Exactly.
But don't settle with any old body just so someone won't feel you're weird.
I like that. Well, Tinsley, it's been wonderful having you on the show today. And definitely want to have you back, you know, for a more intense and extensive visit if you'd like to come. And definitely we can maybe collaborate on some things, you know, because you deal a lot with relationships and dating, I think.
I do. I do a lot with it. I take it so seriously. Yeah.
Where are you located, Tinsley? What part of the state are you?
I am in Atlanta, y'all.
Wow.
ATL.
Hey, you know something? I have a lot of connections in the southeast, Miami, and also Atlanta. So definitely I can come out. Maybe we can do something together.
I do think that would be great, Dr. Alex, and I would love to work with you on something.
Yeah, you seem like a lot of fun. I like your energy and your vibe, you know, and you're very practical, but also you really inspire, I think, women. And and you know, as men, we need that because we need women that love us so we can love them back. You know, we need more affirming relationships.
I actually tell people this, Dr. Alex, that a lot of times men look at it as bashing when you're not settling. You're difficult. You're hard to deal with. I think it's just that when a person like a woman who's been through enough in relationships finally realizes this guy is not serious about this thing, and she finally wakes up and realizes her value and remembers he doesn't value her, and she's ready to get on. She's calling him out on his BS. That doesn't mean she's crazy or she's psycho. She just simply finally woke up, and she's no longer going to deal with that type of behavior no more. And I commend women that finally wake up. How long can you sit there and deal with mistreatment and be okay with being ignored, downplayed, not taken seriously, disrespected? You know?
Exactly. Now, Tinsley, where can readers hear about you, and do you have any materials that they can look at for you?
Absolutely. I want you to come and visit TinsleyBradford.com, and it's spelled with a Z, everybody, TINZLEY, Bradford.com. Come visit me on there. You can also connect with me on Instagram at TinsleyB, Twitter at TinsleyB. Look me up as author Tinsley Bradford on Facebook, and also I'm on LinkedIn with my own separate author Tinsley Bradford page. Come work with me. I got a link on my website where you can click if you want to work with me, want to partner with me, want to do some collaborations, want to order my book directly from the website. You can go to Amazon to get a copy of my book, The Settle-Free Dating Method for Women. I'm ready. Anyone that's tired of settling. Anyone that's tired of settling.
Let's do it.
I can get you out of that.
I like your power there and your enthusiasm. So again, Dr. Alex Avila, it's been a lovely guest today. We're live at the USC Festival of Books. If you want to visit us at loveuniversity.love, find out more of what we're doing. Every week we have a wonderful show and guest. So Tinsley, again, have a wonderful time until we see you next time in person this time. We're going to get you out here and have a wonderful time. Love University students, Dr. Alex Avila.